Hello, how are you? Good evening. It's Saturday evening, and I am feeling the of a work day. Well, working in my house, not working on business. But I hope that a couple of you will jump on here real quick. I don't know that I've ever done a live in Denise's group before, but I asked her if I could have permission to do so because I had a really great revelation today and I wanted to share it with you. So kind of how I love to do a live is tell me hi when you get on so I can say hello back to you. And I'm going to wait like enough time for me to put this inspiration oil on, and then I'm going to start. And so if you miss it, then you just have to go back and catch the playback. So tell me hey when you get on, and then I'm going to share really super fast with you this revelation that I had today at the laundromat. Put your inspiration on. Hey, Jenny. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, so if you don't know who I am, my name is Jennifer Beal, and hey, Amanda, and I am part of Denise's team in Young Living, and I am proud to be a part of this team. I remember when I first joined Young Living, I would tell people all the time, and I still do say the same thing, like, listen, you want to be a part of this team because we have the best leadership ever. And so I still maintain that fact. But I wanted to tell you real quick. So today we've been remodeling a house we bought a year ago, and we moved in April, and I still don't have a washer and dryer. So, I mean, I have one. They're in the basement. They're just not hooked up yet. And so I had to go today to do 65,000 loads of laundry at the laundromat. So I pulled in, I was only going to actually do 16 of my 65,000, but either way, I pulled in and I was like, looks really busy in there and looked like some questionable characters. So I pulled out and I was like, I'll go to a different one. I'll just Google. And so I pulled out and I was like, oh, I saw another one. And so I was going to pull in there and I was like, I don't think I want to go in there. And so I turned back around and went to the old one, to the first one. And my 6-year-old and I walked in. And I could tell when I walked in that there were just some very interesting people in that laundromat today. So I go in and I set some stuff down, and this gentleman who looked very rough and bald head, really beautiful eyes, but just round face, round body. And he said, can I help you carry that? And I said, okay, thank you. And so he helped me carry my laundry inside. And I then got, I was working on my stuff, and I have to be honest with you, I'm like a watcher of people, and so I was like, okay, so like make sure none of these characters are getting into my purse or something, like whatever. So anyway, I kind of talked to him a couple times. I could tell that he was homeless. When I walked in, had washed a blanket, and he was folding the blanket real tight and real nice, and he packed it in these suitcases. I'm probably going to cry as I tell you about this. And so, like I said, I'm a watcher, and I was watching him, and he got another blanket out, and he folded that up, and he rolled it up real tight, and he had some kids' toys that he packed real tightly into a book bag, and then he finished some other laundry, and he actually went outside to smoke, which I thought, how does he have money for a cigarette? But that's not the point. That's not the point. But so I finished. I'm still working on stuff, and so I take a load out, and then I come back in, and I took another load out, and he was like, oh, did you need help? I'm so sorry that I missed that. I didn't realize that you were taking stuff out. I would have helped you. And I was like, oh, no, it's fine. I don't mind it at all, whatever. And so I watch him as he's packing his stuff up. And his suitcase, he has 2 suitcases that are terrible looking and falling apart. And one of them was falling apart. And I thought, man, I wish I had a suitcase in my car right now. I would give him one. He really needs another suitcase. Like I could tell. And it just was this one of those situations where you knew like he was displaced. And so I'm getting my stuff together, and I put my stuff in my car. And as I'm getting ready to go to my car, he picks up all of his stuff, and he's carrying like bags inside of bags, but you can tell that everything's packed to be watertight, because he's going to be outside. And then he puts the suitcases up on his shoulder, and he starts taking a walk. So I am sitting there thinking, like, I thought he was homeless, and for real, he really is. And he walks across the street, and all I could think is, all I have is a $5 bill in my purse, and the rest is quarters from when I was doing the laundry. And so I go pull over there. I was almost didn't. And then I was like, no, I have to. So I pull over and I go into the McDonald's parking lot and I said, hey. I said, listen, I only have $5, but I want to say thank you for helping me carry that laundry in. I really appreciate it. And I just want to say thank you. And he said, thank you so much. He said, I said, you blessed us, and so we wanted to bless you. And he said, that really blesses me. He said, listen, if you know of it, if you have any work, if you need any work done, any heavy lifting or anything, I'm here. I'm happy to work. I'm a hard worker. And I said, absolutely. I'll remember that. So that's where that conversation ended, and it's played in my mind consistently since that moment. And so there's this book that I read every morning. I actually do prayers from it. It's called Commanding Your Morning. You probably can't see because that light's so bright, but it's called Commanding Your Morning. I highly recommend you get it. But one of the prayers that I pray every morning is, I'm a successful business owner and an entrepreneur who provides good jobs to others. And all I could think was, man, if I already had those businesses in play, I could say, listen, I want to give you a job. Like, I don't know your life situation. I want to give you a job. Even if you're homeless and you don't have an address to list, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and I'm going to give you a job. Success is not all about you. I know sometimes people will say, do you make enough money? Do you want to make some more money? And people will be like, oh, well, I make enough money. Well, first of all, I would argue that you don't, in fact, make enough money because they're still poor. They're still homeless. There's still starving children. There's still people without running water. And so if there's still that in the world, then you don't make enough money because you haven't satisfied all of those needs. That's kind of my personal belief. But I want to encourage you to think in relation to impacting the world around you through your success. So Josh and I are going to have a couple of different businesses besides our Young Living business after we're Royal Crown Diamonds. And we will have business in real estate and other things. And so the thing about that is that when we do, and I have an interaction with a gentleman like this that says, hey, if you have any jobs, like I'm here, like I'm good at heavy lifting. I could say, listen, I'm your girl. Like I'm going to hook you up with a job. And I could totally change the trajectory of his life by one situation. I say all that to say that changed the whole thing about my life because I thought, you know what? If I ever start to slack on my motivation to make something great of my life, let God replay that situation in my mind again, where I have the opportunity to impact someone's life profoundly. When I say I am an entrepreneur who provides good jobs to others, let us all be a success to the point where we get to provide good jobs to other people. Can you imagine how different our world would look if we had the ability to say, listen, I got a job for you. Like no matter what it is. Maybe it's landscaping at your house. Maybe it's your pool boy, Denise. Whatever it is, the reality is when you are successful, you then have the ability to launch other people into not just success, but to be able to live, to not live out in the rain, to not have to pack their clothes and wear them on their back and live under a bridge. Listen, I know the guy has kids because he said something about them. I can't even imagine how that feels. My mom had got done texting me and said, I'm sorry you had to go to the laundromat. And I said, Mom, I don't even care about the laundromat. I said, the reality is I have an awesome family. I have clothes. I have a beautiful house. I have an amazing family. And who cares if I have to wash the laundry at the laundromat for now? I do look forward to having my stuff hooked up in my basement very soon. But I want to encourage you to ponder on that today. Life is so much bigger than just you. Be an awesome business owner who is an entrepreneur that provides good jobs to others, okay? Think really outside of yourself and your family. I know some people have some major situations going on right now, but you know the whole thing, the old adage in the Bible, it's better to give than to receive. When you start to impact other people's lives and you start to feel what it feels like to be able to say, look, I just was able to Where there's a will, there's a way. And they wanted to work, and I provided them a job, and it changed their whole life. When you push yourself to succeed for the betterment of those around you, that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So, all that being said, be success driven and don't be all about yourself. Be about the people you get to impact profoundly every day. Because I assure you, as a stay-at-home mom who homeschools, and I swear I'm home almost 20 hours a day, sometimes the whole 24, you have the ability to change the world with your interactions. Take your face out of your phone, except for right now because we're talking. Take your face out of your phone. Engage with the people around you. And be ready and be willing to impact their lives. Additionally, making the most of who you are allows others to make the most of who they are. I love you. Build your business. If you're not already building a Young Living business, start. And if you have any questions, we're happy to help you. If you do another business that is, maybe you are a, I don't know, what's another business? Maybe you're a real estate agent. Rock the heck out of that. And then provide good jobs for others. Be an entrepreneur. Change people's lives every day. Love them fiercely. That's all I have to share for you. I hope you have a beautiful weekend and enjoy your Labor Day and be something. Change someone's life.